I have been waiting so long. My time is what I fear is gone. Hey, what's up? This is Myles Lloyd, and shout out to Culture. Even though I'm out here late, you know that I'll be ready for us tonight. Then roll up on me, top down. So I'm from here, from Canada, Laval, actually. And then my mom's from England, from Essex. My dad's from Haiti. I went to elementary in Laval, and then my mom was like, okay, I need some culture, you know? So I went to high school in Montreal, Lauren Hill Academy, yeah. As excited as it sounds, but seeing people that look like me. Because in elementary, it was more like people looking at me like, oh, like, he's different from us, like, you know, touching his hair, touching my hair. And it's like, what are you doing? You go to Lauren Hill and everyone's just like, yeah, what's up? It's like a whole family. I think like when I was in grade 7, I used to speak a little different from everyone because I was from like Laval, a little like Italian Greek accent a little bit because all my friends were Italian Greek. And then as time went on, it's just kind of grew into myself. Crazy, well, crazy. The music was insane in the house. Mostly Michael Jackson. My dad would listen to Elvis, listen to some Haitian music. My mom has like the attributes of like Bayesian, Jamaican, and British. Like you know, a lot of British people are like very like cutthroat. Jamaican people were very cutthroat. Bayesian are very cutthroat, so it's just, she's very direct in the house and stuff. And then Haitian, obviously we all know. Haitians are crazy. You gotta be this way, you gotta respect. I don't really speak patois. Like I understand a lot, even when it's fast. Even like Creole, like I understand it. My grandparents would speak it to me, speaking French and everything. I understand it. I never really spoke it because even when I have like brothers, half brothers, they would speak to me in French. I speak to them in English, and they at least learn from me. I learn from them. So it's just, yeah. When I was like a kid, probably 6 years old, 5, 6, I was loud in my house. So the only way that keep me quiet was to just lock me in the room, and I used to play a VHS of Michael Jackson. And then I would just be running in and out the house, up and down the stairs, just changing my clothes. Like whatever Michael Jackson was wearing on the screen, okay, I would pause it, go put that on, replicate everything he was doing on the TV all day, just saying. That's when I kind of found my voice and stuff, young age. She loved it. When she heard a song, then she's like, whoa, okay, this is real. Because if it was bad, she'd be like, yo, you're going to school, man. But it was actually pretty good. So she's like, no, this is cool. Do your thing. Let's see where it goes. It was a song called like Long Distance. It's not even out. Took it down a little while ago. It was just kind of like an intro thing. Just first time in the studio, just recorded it, put it out. Yeah, I have like a bunch of songs that no one's heard that if I was to put those out, like they would really shake up a lot of things in Montreal. I think once people really hear this, it'll move pretty fast. It's crazy because I've been sitting on these songs for like 2 years, so now I have a whole bunch of other songs after this that's like even better. So I'm just ready to put this out and then ready to keep going. I don't think it's dead. I know a lot of people say R&B is dead, but I don't think it's dead. I think it's just there's a lot coming out and probably all sounds the same. So we just need like a newer age R&B to kind of refresh stuff, and I think it will be good. I bring like obviously like some nostalgia to the sounds and stuff, but I want to bring like a whole new vibe to the music. Let's say like my music video Monster has a very Y2K vibe. The sun is on me. Still feel the dumpy, yeah, your legs are on me. You don't see that a lot now, but the sound is new. So just mixing those two is just what I really want to give to people. I feel like the R&B back then, it's true, it was more about sensual music, and I feel like there's a lack of that now. Another thing that's different, a lot of people now are just really putting their depressed feelings into the music, and that's completely fine. But I feel like before it was more just like happy. Like you play an R&B song and everyone in the club's going crazy, and now so you can't really dance in the club, listen to R&B. Top 5 R&B artists, all time. Okay, Michael Jackson, Usher, Omarion, Chris Brown, and man. I look at The Weeknd, Drake, Party Next Door. I look at all of them like the father figures of this generation. So like there's like, even when some people are like, oh, you sound like The Weeknd, and I'm like, yo, thank you. It's not like a diss to me or anything. It's like those, I would love to work with them. If I was to choose, maybe like a Party Next Door. That'd be dope. even like to get a little more on like the experimental side, like a Gene Dawson. I don't know if you know him, but he's dope. I'm just trying to really put out my music so people know who I am first. Even when it comes to features, I want it to be very natural. I don't want to force anything. Like I can hear it when people force it. I know it's forced. The whole thing, the way it happened is so random. Like it just, like my manager, Ryan Simon in LA, he's worked with a lot of people before and he never asked for anything back. So when he reaches out, everyone really like listens. So like, whoa, he's reaching out. If he really is reaching out, he must love this thing he has. So yeah, everything just happened naturally. When I met my manager, I think it was like 2 weeks after, we got an offer back from Scooter Braun. That was the point where I was like, wait, music thing is like real. Just looking at that deal, I was like, wait, this is crazy. But yeah, it was very, very random. I think he was in an Uber and he saw him just walking and he just got out the Uber and was like, yo, my name is this, whatever. I have this artist. Would you listen to this song? And he listened, he loved it. And he's like, yeah, here's my email. Email me the song. And he just, in a week later, got back with a whole offer, yeah. It didn't work out. My manager wouldn't tell me, don't do it. He's always like, yo, do what you feel is right. I just didn't feel it was right. My experience was good. LA is mostly who you're around. I'm not around like a transplant. Like transplants, people who live in LA that aren't from there. My manager, Ryan, is from LA. So he's not moving like how everyone else is moving. He's doing the stuff the right way. Being with him just made it smooth. I know a lot of people that went to LA and they're like, like it was awful. It's just because they're with someone who's just hype, like bringing to hype spots and stuff. He's like, bro, that's trash. We're not going to this spot. Like we'll go here. When I went there, I just worked with a lot of producers. The main reason why I went out there was just to really record. Work with my engineer, Chris. He's like the guy who knows my vocals the best. When I record my final cuts, I'm coming there all the time. Meeting people, didn't really meet people like that inspired me to do better in music. I just feel like I inspired myself. Probably a year and a half. Monster was 2 years old. And then there was some songs that I recorded here in Montreal. Then I went back there and just recut it. Being in LA, I made Running on You. That was more like a hyper song. I feel like Montreal is very cold, so like you get all cold from the songs I make here. Trey songs. A lot of people now are experiencing that type of like relationships, and I feel like they're not hearing it in music. So like a lot of the R&B music now isn't really taking off because everyone's feeling this, but they're listening to this, but they're not going through that right now. So like if you make music that's really relatable, that's when you start to win. A lot of people now need that real relationship advice in music. That's why I'm always talking about, like, I don't know if you like all my lyrics are like, would you still love me this if I did this? Like everyone's thinking about that. I could add like the sensual vibes to it, but I feel like I just have to focus on that first. I feel like my music is like, when you listen, you realize you needed that. It's not like something you technically wanted, what you need, and then you realize like, oh shit, like this really connects with me. That's why I feel like the music, a lot of people, they look at views and stuff. I feel like my music is what you need. What gets the views right now is like what everyone wants. I got a penis for your vagina hole. Like that, what's the name again? Alkaline. I remember I sang it to some people in the States, and they're like, what is that? But I'm like, yo, in my high school, that was like the song, everyone was singing that song. It's not huge, but I just remember that a lot. I would say play Mine by They, especially if you're in the car with the girl. If you broke up, call out my name. The Weeknd. Feel good R&B. Actually, one of my songs, he's getting his groove back. It's not out yet, but Minaj. Oh, don't wait, I'll just meet you at the party. Grab your friend, we're smoking them Minaj. All right. He's cold. He said, fuck that. We're out.